Let's get nuts.
Alright, we're off.
The Trumpinator is still back.
Fucking crazy.
Unreal, isn't it?
Crazy. This has been one of the biggest mind fucks for me ever, because I've definitely have to adjust my my worldview now. Because I always thought all these dudes were like all puppets, all kind of in it together.
Right.
And when I heard the likes of Carlson and Alex Jones making these predictions that they would try to assassinate him, I thought maybe they might like fake assassinate him, you know, like tell us he's been assassinated or something. But not like, because I would be of the opinion that it's possible that the likes of Jeffrey Epstein isn't dead. They just tell us he's dead. So so I just couldn't fucking believe that he actually got shot, and the footage that you sent me last night as well from the other side is fucking.
But it's just like everyone's seen at this stage now has seen the video of his that kind of CGI kind of video of his head, and like how close it was. He just was a head turn away from being banged straight in the bullseye. But like if that was, there's no way that's fake. Like you can't. He was out to kill him. There was no way you can shoot a fella that accurately and he just hit his ear. Like that's impossible. I don't think even the top fucking snipers in the world could do that.
Yeah.
But just the whole thing was a fugazi. Like it's. Did you see that clip? Did I send you that clip about? Was it NBC News? Anyway, they were outside the place where the rally was on, like the next day or the day or two after, and some fella was passing him, and he stopped to have an interview with him. Said he had something to say. So he said he was at the rally 4 years ago. I think it must have been Trump as well. And that time 4 years ago, he could not get over how secure the place was. How many personnel were above
the snipers all the way around.
All up in the roofs.
I saw that, yeah.
Then he was saying this time around, I think he was with his daughter or something, and it was the opposite effect. Like he was thinking, what the fuck, where's everyone on the roofs?
When I heard him saying that, then I was thinking, would Trump have noticed? You know, he's like Trump.
100%. He's a sharp man, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how the fuck does he walk out and look around and realise there seems to be lack of security here?
But like, maybe he's gotten to a point. I think if someone's after him, if the elite are after him or whoever, right? If we'll talk about it in a second, but we'll just say there is someone out to get him. That wasn't that young fella. It's a bigger thing going on in the background. The elite or whatever, shadow government. I think he's at a stage where he doesn't really give a fuck. In terms of, he wants to push himself out there, make himself. He doesn't want to be a pussy. In other words, like we see him. The following day he was out playing golf.
Yeah.
And he didn't cancel his next rally. I don't know when it's on. But people are saying, "Oh, he's going to put it off by a couple of weeks." No, he's not. No, it's he knows. I think he was expecting something to happen. Because like apparently, Alex Jones is a mate of his. They keep in contact. Like you've seen that podcast there with himself and Tim Dillon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, Alex Jones to be talking to him a lot down through the years, and Alex Jones was predicting this for months, as you said. It's going to happen. Like they're going out for Trump.
Yeah.
Full cell blazing. And Trump had to know that, like, or he, like the fist up in the air.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was he chanting? Fight, fight. Like, who's he fighting against? He knows who he's fighting against.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
It's just the whole thing. The kid on a black rock head as well, like.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, I didn't realise that actually was confirmed. And did Tim Dillon say they filmed it in his school?
Inside the school.
What the fuck?
I
thought it was just, to be honest, when I saw it, straight away I thought, he looks like him, but it's probably not him. You know,
it's 100% him.
Fucking crazy.
Like, if you were to see this, the whole act of that, and the whole story of it, if you were to see that in a film, you'd say, come on, it's fucking far-fetched. It's just fucking crazy. It's kind of like you're living in a fucking Matrix shit.
Yeah, it's mad.
It's like this season on fucking USA, but like, and everyone's laughing, everyone's kind of joking about the slopes. No, it's kind of a meme online.
Yeah.
So that was the director of the Secret Service. That was her excuse.
Yeah.
Too much of a slope on that roof.
Yeah.
Even though
the other roof was sloped as well.
Yeah.
But it's just stupid shit. Like.
There's a clip of someone power washing the top of that roof, where this what's that young fella's name? I have to get that up. But he was power washing, and okay, why the fuck is he up there power washing if there's so much of a slope?
Yeah.
But like, how many?
It was just a fucking stupid statement out of her. Whoever she is, the head of the fucking.
She's not going to resign, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so apparently the Secret Service were to secure the inside of that building, and they had personnel in there, and it was the local police's job to secure the outside of it. Even though there's videos of spectators in the crowd telling cops there's someone up on the roof, he has a gun.
Yeah.
And apparently they saw him, people could see him for 10 minutes.
I heard another fella interviewed who said that this young fellow went through security at one point, and he's seen in kind of background footage, people were filming or whatever, and he's seen in the background kind of looking around and sizing the whole place up, and he had one of these things, what do they call it? You put them on a mark finder or something, I think it's called.
A range finder. Yeah.
So he's walking around with a fucking range finder.
Yes.
And according to this guy, he was looking through the range finder at the snipers who were looking at him, and that they were looking at him half an hour before the thing kicked off as a potential risk.
Like, come on.
What the fuck's happening? Like?
How doesn't that scream?
But the other side of it then, though, is like, if they were hell bent on killing him, why would they only have the one shooter? Why wouldn't they have?
So there's a lot of, obviously there's fake footage and shit like that. Well, not fake footage, but fake kind of news and speculations up online. Like, but I seen this one there just probably an hour ago. There's some dome structure that's maybe a mile or two away.
It's a water tower, yeah.
Water tower, is that the one? And apparently they've seen a shadowy figure up there, but I think that's too
I looked at that as well, and I couldn't see anything on it.
But as you said, if they were to do the job properly, if it was a proper setup, like, I don't know, CIA or some fucking whatever organisation kind of a setup, as you said, they would have got the job done.
Yeah.
But still,
and they could have had a second shooter on the fucking water tower.
Yeah.
Who can actually hit.
Yeah.
And they could have used your man then. They could have killed that young fella. He could have been a second shooter. They could have killed him and said he was a lone gunman. They were very quick to come out and say he's a lone wolf.
Thomas Matthew Crooks, 20. Yeah, but like, if you were to set it up, if it was to be set up though, that's the kind of candidate you'll go for. You'll go for, I don't know, was he a loner? Was he kind of mocked at school and stuff? Apparently he was bullied a lot in school.
There's fucking varying reports on that now as well. Like,
see, that's it. Like, who's to know? It's all hearsay.
I've seen one former classmate, like you said, saying, "Oh, he's really bullied." And then I saw interviewed another former classmate saying the two didn't match up.
Okay.
Do you know that? In fact, your man said that he wasn't a loner, but he was quiet, but he had his own little clique. And he said that when they were in high school, the other kids used to joke that if anyone was going to fucking be involved in a mass shooting, it would have been him and his friends. That they were that kind of energy.
Yeah.
But the thing, like, this is just this could be lies as well. Like, so I don't know.
But it was a headshot he was going for. And you see that video as well, the slow motion video. Someone captured it. Now, I don't know, is it real? Like, you don't know what AI shit now these days. You don't know what is doctor, what isn't. But it shows the bullet piercing through his ear.
Yeah.
That looks real though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
But holy fuck, what if he did, if it worked, he did assassinate Trump?
What would have happened?
Then then you could have, let's say, Republican and Democrats, you could have the Republicans saying that it was a set-up by the Biden administration.
Yeah.
Could have fucking started off a civil war.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck, we don't realise how fucking different of a timeline we'd be in right now.
Yeah.
If there's literally half an inch in it.
Turn that head, like.
Like, what do you think? What would have happened?
I don't know, but I've, like, just like you said, I've heard a couple of other people saying we were almost in a situation of civil war.
World War One. Didn't that start off as assassination of the Austrian?
Prince or something.
Yeah. So that kicked that off.
So they say, anyway.
But what way are you swaying? Do you think it's just him, just that kid, and it was just down to sheer incompetence of a setup from the Secret Service?
Definitely, like as Alex Jones said in that interview, he said, like, you don't take a newborn baby and throw it into a swimming pool and say, I don't know what I'm doing with new babies. Like, this is like, there's certain things that are absolute guarantees when it comes to security, and leaving like, John, if you and me were fucking in charge of it, we would have had fucking snipers on that roof. Like, you
100%.
You'd be looking at kind of going, well, someone could shoot them from there. Like, you know,
there's minimum standards that you have to upkeep.
Absolutely, like,
they just weren't there.
Even with all their diversity hiring and stuff, unless these fucking people are so incompetent, and some of those Secret Service girls, like, they looked fucking retarded.
Did you see her one there? She was trying to put the gun into her holster. Yeah, and she was all over the place.
Someone described her as fucking, what's that actress's name? McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy.
Is it Melissa?
Oh
McCarthy?
Yeah, she had a Spy. I think
Spy is actually funny. Actually,
I never watched it.
Did you not?
No. Something like that, I suppose. Yeah.
Spy's fucking hilarious.
But you made a good point there. Like, how come Trump didn't fucking spot? Do you know the lack of organisation?
Yeah. I just don't know.
Maybe he did, and just with pure fucking bruteness and just confidence, he just kept going. Didn't see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you see the footage then, just before he got shot? A Secret Service agent from behind Trump comes into the camera from the left-hand side, and he ushers everyone that's behind Trump away.
No.
Just a couple of minutes.
Didn't see that.
Maybe 30 seconds before he got shot, or 40 seconds before he got shot. And some people are suggesting that this fucking guy knew what was happening. But I don't know, like, why would you be worried about bystanders getting shot?
Exactly, yeah. And the footage, do you remember the footage on the sniper, the Secret Service sniper? He was looking, before he took a shot, he was looking directly at your man.
Yeah.
So he must have had him. There was a statement going around the place then, but it's probably fake, saying it's coming from this sniper, that he had the target in sight, and he had asked for confirmation, can he make the shot? And he just wasn't getting confirmation. But I'd say that I think that's a false statement. That's been spread around the place.
Because I heard another guy, was fucking, what was he? He was a Green Beret, and what did he say he was? Grade 1 fucking sniper or something, whatever that means, whatever the title is, I can't remember, but it basically means he's in the top level of snipers in America. This guy that was interviewed on, I think it was Fox or CNN, but he said, as far as I remember, he said you wouldn't be fucking asking for confirmation. They're already up there. If they see something, they're supposed to just fucking...
Really?
Yeah.
I was on a different mindset. I thought
that they would have to say, I think I see a guy with a fucking gun on a roof here. Can I have confirmation that I shoot him?
Yeah, I actually thought that it was like, look, target acquired, he has... there's a male suspect on a roof, he has a gun.
Yeah.
Can I take the shot?
You see a guy with a fucking gun on a roof, he's fucking...
But that's what I thought. I thought if you see someone that's suspicious, that you have to wait for confirmation.
Yeah.
And then if you don't get confirmation, you have to wait until he pulls the trigger first. Then you can hit him.
Yeah.
But right, that's what the guy was saying.
That, according to this Green Beret.
Right.
And he was saying as well, like, when you see all the snipers and stuff there, and you see them like scanning the area and stuff like that. He said that's the last fucking thing. He said, like, normally maybe 2 months before Trump any particular rally, that they would go to the area and they would have everything mapped out months beforehand, and they would look at all the rooftops, everything that could pose a threat.
They were expecting,
and they would cover everything. You know, and they would know exactly where Trump is going to get off his fucking helicopter or put a plane or whatever, and exactly where he's going to be in this area. You know, and everything is, so they have it completely mapped out in their heads before they start. Do you know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
So it's not like they get there on the day and go, right, there's a roof, maybe we cover that one. No, they're well prepared.
Pre-planned.
Everything is, so these snipers there are just like, they're like the last line of defense, but they're not expecting to see anything because they got everything covered already.
Yeah. How did you get up with the roof? A ladder or something, was it?
A ladder, yeah.
But like, was it perimeter? I just thought it just fucking smells like fucking. The whole lot smells like shit. Like,
if it's incompetence, it's just.
But there's only
it can't be like,
you can only be so incompetent to a level. Like, there has to obviously to be a secret service agent, you have to reach a minimum standard of ability and whatever. Where I presume they do all these tests.
Yeah, you'd imagine. Yeah.
Like, to say that it was moment to panic. There's only so much training you can do, but for a real life situation when you're in fucking the shit like that, you can't really train for that unless you're fucking in it.
Yeah.
But I don't buy that. I don't buy that.
No, because a lot of these guys would have so much experience going in.
Yeah, and then you could say like someone actually said to me that raised the point that maybe the secret service agents that they had was basically the lowest, the bottom of the barrel. But even if they were the bottom of the barrel agents, they still have to reach a fucking minimum standard.
Yeah.
Okay, but why do you like? If it was set up, why do you think Trump? Why was he a target? I think he's a threat to the elites. He's a threat to the military-industrial complex.
Yeah, there's a lot of money there. There's a lot of money in war, and if he's not going to be engaging in war.
But I heard as well, like, he's been coming out saying he could end, if he's president, he'd end the war tomorrow with Putin, between them and Ukraine. But then some fella said to me as well that I didn't never heard this, but apparently Trump wanted to, when he was president, he wanted to start a war with Iran. Did you hear that?
No.
Yeah, I don't know the truth about that, but look, I wouldn't trust any of these fuckers.
Yeah.
But I think Trump is the best out of the bunch. I think RFK, if RFK get in, but there's no way he'd get in.
Yeah.
What do you think of RFK?
I don't hate the guy, like.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he's not more popular.
I can't get over it. I can't get over it.
Like
I was talking.
What party is he with? Is he a Democrat?
No, he's an independent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was talking to an American lad there a couple of months ago, and I asked him straight out. I said, "Do you think RFK has any chance in the presidential race?" He said, "Who's he?"
Fuck.
Yeah, I hadn't a clue who he was.
Right.
But then there was some poll that was, so RFK, I follow him on Instagram, and there's this poll that checks the popularity, but it was like an alternate poll to the mainstream kind of poll, whatever the name of it is, and apparently he was leading in most of the states out of the three presidents, or three candidates.
Is that right?
Yeah, apparently he was. But sure, like, Trump was definitely leading it anyway, by whatever they say, 10 points, but now they say like he's definitely going to win by fucking at least 20 points.
Yeah.
But what you make of Alex Jones is the end of that podcast.
Well, like he's predicting that this is only the first attempt, that they're going to keep going and they're going to try and kill him again.
The next thing he's saying that is he thinks it's going to be bombs.
Yeah, truckload of
bombs.
Semtex or TNT or something.
So he
poisoning as well.
His whole thing is he's been studying fucking assassination attempts down through the years, and that's usually the order it goes in.
Yeah.
If first they fail in like legal terms, so what would happen with Trump was show the bribes and all that, and then he did inaugurations. They failed in that.
Yeah.
Assassination attempt failed in that.
Yeah.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But he is a threat to that fucking globalist.
Yeah. I'd love to believe in Trump.
Yeah.
I just but then the thing is, for me, like, I'm paranoid, so there's nobody I fucking trust. But Trump, and I want to trust Alex Jones, you know.
But the way he finished, so he's saying he said they're not going to stop with Trump, they're just going to try something outlandish. Then what he said was about the black community. So Trump is very pro the black community, and he tries very hard on him, or hard with the black community, trying to do the best he can. But he says what they're apparently going to do now is
a mass shooting
at a
black college.
yes, or something like that.
Black church.
some black kind of community place.
Yeah, and he's making out like it's going to be fucking
A Trump
massive.
supporter.
Yeah.
They're
And it's
blaming
not gonna
Trump
be your
supporter.
standard sort of mass shooting with, half a dozen or a dozen people killed. He's talking like 100 people killed kind of thing.
He thinks it's going. He thinks we're in World War III.
Yeah, but you know what? If you listen to Alex Jones going back the years, he's almost like this. Do you know?
Constantly like that.
This is an emergency.
Yeah.
I've got an emergency episode.
It's like the boy who fucking cried wolf.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff he's saying has come true, but like how much shit has he said that hasn't come true yet? But yeah, he thinks that America are already in war with Russia, which Ukraine is their little bitch at the minute. They're fucking using them as a pawn against fucking Russia.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree with him there.
Yeah.
That is what's going down at the minute.
100%. So they call that a proxy war.
Proxy war. Yeah, spot on. Like he's going to become president. But it's where the question is conspiracy or not. Was it all a coincidence and it was just a lone fucking kid, didn't like Trump, whatever his ideologies were, tried to make the assassination attempt, nothing connected to anything else? Or was it a setup, which I'm kind of veering towards? You like to hope that it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be a setup.
It wouldn't be a setup. You'd hope that it would, but it just looks. Sometimes the obvious thing is probably the real thing. Like like fucking hell, will he make it to the?
That's it. Like,
will he make it until becomes president?
how many
and
days,
if he does,
today's Friday. What's today? Friday the 17th.
Friday the 17th or 19th.
19th. And when was it the 13th? So this is six
Yeah, the 13th. Yeah.
6 days since. Has he given a speech yet?
About what now?
Has Trump?
Oh, since?
Yeah.
Oh, he has. Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
He did it at some conference yesterday.
What did he say?
I seen a bit of it. It's just basically like just kind of echoing what he's been saying all the time at all these rallies. He'll say, "Look, I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
God was looking down on me. And by the grace of God, kind of a thing. We're going to fucking make America great again."
Did you see that video? I don't know who this guy was, but it was a video from last March. Some guy predicted. He said he had a dream or a vision of Trump being Trump's assassination, and he said the bullet got so close to his right ear. There's your message, John, looking in the window.
Coming in and said shift what?
What was I saying? Yeah, he said. So this guy said in his vision or his dream that Trump would be. They would attempt to assassinate him, and that the bullet would get so close to his right ear that it would burst his eardrum and there would be blood coming out of his ear. So he got, like, he didn't say he got nicked, but he said he got it real close, and he said that Trump would then fall on the ground, and in this moment he would, like he said, like your man was saying, like everyone knows Trump is a Jesus guy, but in this moment he's really gonna have a moment of holy fuck, like, just had a.
How lucky is he?
How close?
How fucking lucky
he's gonna
is he
feel
to
like it's
avoid
divine
that?
intervention himself or something. Oh, fucking.
But who's this lad that had the dream?
I don't know. I just saw this video. It's doing the rounds.
Well, that could be bullshit. Could be something made up. Could be real.
They're saying it was recorded back in March.
But would say, okay, he becomes president, right? If he ends the war with Ukraine and Russia, what's going to happen next? Is it going to be that easy?
Well, I'd say Putin is down for that.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I think he is.
Putin likes Trump.
But sure, it came out. There's some interview there a month or two back, and Putin was asked, "Who would you prefer to be president?" And he said, he prefers Biden because he gets away with more with Biden.
Really?
Yeah. That's a strange one. It was a strange one.
Because if Trump.
Because I think Trump will obviously he'll look to end the war, but he'd be more fucking. I suppose he'd be leading with a fucking steel foot, like he'd be like, look, this is what's going to happen. If this doesn't happen, there's going to be these consequences, and I think that's the way he is. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Jones thinks there's going to be fucking nuclear war.
He thinks it's inevitable. Like yeah. I don't know. But fucking hell, it just seems to be that we're at the brink of something. I don't want to be pessimistic about it. Like, we were I reckon we were a half inch away from America having a civil war. We could have fucking started off something else. Maybe they thought it was a Russian fucking plant.
Yeah.
Started World War III again that way. I just think fucking hell, we don't realise how off the hook.
Yeah. It's crazy fucking times. I mean, that's like, there's been some major historical events in our lifetime. That's one, like, I mean,
Reagan, when was last attempt in prison? Reagan was
81, I think.
Was he? Yeah. 63 is when JFK was killed.
Yeah. First attempted assassination in your lifetime, John.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll be thinking anyway, there aren't be.
Yeah.
Would it be one from here until when's the president inaugurated?
I think 100
January, is it?
Yeah, about 100 and fucking.
And when is the cut off for the votes? November.
I think the vote starts in November.
Yeah. There's interesting times ahead.
Very interesting.
Look, we'll leave it there. So
right, we'll get cracking on episode 5.
Nice one. How do we get there?
Whenever I saw Trump and I saw a red wave coming out of Michigan, and then I saw Oklahoma, and there was embers of people, and they were all on they had torches all throughout Oklahoma, and they were raising up these torches that looked like fire, and they were bringing forth a new patriotism upon the nation, and it was being birthed, and it just kept spreading like fire all throughout America, and I saw Trump rising up, and then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear, and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum. And I saw he fell to his knees during this time frame, and he started worshiping the Lord. He got radically born again during this time frame. I'm talking, people say he's saved now, but he becomes really on fire for Jesus, for what I saw coming.
In order to see the chart, I started to, like this, turn to my right and was ready to begin a little bit further turn, which I'm very lucky I didn't do, when I heard a loud whizzing sound and felt something hit me really, really hard on my right ear. I said to myself, wow, what was that? It can only be a bullet. And moved my right hand to my ear, brought it down. My hand was covered with blood, just absolutely blood all over the place. I immediately knew it was very serious, that we were under attack, and in one movement proceeded to drop to the ground. Bullets were continuing to fly as very brave Secret Service agents rushed to the stage, and they really did. They rushed to the stage. These are great people, at great risk, I will tell you, and pounced on top of me so that I would be protected. There was blood pouring everywhere, and yet, in a certain way, I felt very safe because I had God on my side. I felt that.